Nary Street, but my full name is Narissa Street, and I am the founder of an organization called Be Your Own Answer. My origin story, which is I don't get a chance to tell this often. So I started Be Your Own Answer, which is strategic storytelling from pitches to proposals to public speaking to television production. I started that actually as a resource for artists.
Oh, nice.
And I actually started all of that because I ended up being really good at grant writing.
Okay.
And found that grant writing really was just storytelling, just in a written form, technical things like that. But I found that I'm really good at translating things across sectors, across industries, and that a lot of artists were struggling with how to communicate this grand ethereal thing that we do to very technical people who are deciding whether or not your work is valuable enough to fund.
Got it.
So that's how it started. But
so I love that. So to digging deep, so for you saw the problem. And so the reason why I love kind of sharing these founder stories, because I feel like people need to understand that even with the journey, there's different segments in all everyone's stories. So as far as like you saw a problem, and that was artists who had a challenge of, clarifying their vision and clarifying their words to be able to get funding. So that was your primary audience. Like, did you always knew that you were going to focus on artists, or just kind of like something that you stumbled upon?
So I am called a shadow artist. I'm what was called a shadow artist. And what that means is I've always been a writer. I've always been a storyteller, but found it safer to help other people.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
And so starting that way, I knew that I wanted to be, and this is all unconscious. I knew that I wanted to be adjacent to the arts because I was fueled by the arts, but I didn't have the bravery and the courage enough to go into it to myself. So using my own storytelling for someone else was where that came from.
But I would kind of counter on that. I feel like every great founder needs so there's a book called that by Gino Wickman that talks about visionary and integrators. Ooh. So visionaries are the persons who are going to have like the ideas, the concept, but every visionary has an integrator. So when you think about, everyone knows about famous people like Steve Jobs or the Waltons, whatever not, they all had integrators who kind of help bring their vision to life. So it's like every aspect is like, so you have a founder's journey that is built in being an integrator in people's founder's story. So I actually think that's a very enlightening, like very excited that you understood that there was a place. Like think about it, every talented person needs a manager. Every coach, like every football player needs an agent. So it's like you understood that there's that support system that they all needed.
I so appreciate that perspective. So thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. So when you think about like understanding like your own founder's journey and identifying the people that you're here to support, what challenges did you come across along the way? Like where do you felt like was some of the hardest hurdles that you had to go through?
The hardest hurdles continue to be working with other founders, other creators who don't value themselves enough.
Got it.
Right. And so when I am stepping up to someone and saying, hey, there's a way that you can fund this brilliant, beautiful thing that you're trying to create that's going to impact the community, they're like, well, we only need to spend like $5 on this. And because people are used to creative work being undervalued.
Agreed.
But I say to people all the time, technology and all this tech stuff is just creative science.
Exactly.
Right. So
it's like art and science coming together.
It's innovative. It's innovative science. And if you fully understand who and what you are as a creative person, you are to something that was spoken about earlier today, a barrier breaker. Yeah. But you're also, to your point, a visionary. But I am taking the vision that's in my mind and implanting it in other people.
Agreed.
And so you do that as marketing.
Agreed.
Marketing needs that.
From the budgeting, operations. And so that you've understood those elements and figured out kind of way how to be able to be a value add to like a whole ecosystem.
Right.
So that's amazing. So what has been your favorite part about your journey so far in working with artists, helping them understand how to get funding, giving them the courage that you thought you didn't have, because you thought you didn't have the courage, but being able to support an artist who has wild ideas, making that and like being the ultimate translator, because that's basically what you are.
Translator. I am. That is one of my favorite words. So to your point, and thank you for allowing that to come out. Mm-hmm. I love hearing brand new stories come out, and mm-hmm. also I love when the artist gets their power and their value, when they light up and they're like, oh my goodness, what I'm doing really does make a difference. It is something that is valuable to a 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure amount. Agreed. When they get there, and they can support their family. Agreed. And they can go do the things. And when you allow good people to be properly supported, they just do more good. Agreed. 100%. You know, so I love that. I love that ability to let people just go do the good that has been hidden, has been squished down out of their heart. I want the good that is in people to come out and be to shine bright. I mean, like how you named your company, for them to be their own answer. Right. So I love that. Thank you. When you think about, BPM, all of us, our focus has always been about legacy building. It's really mm-hmm. something that we drive really strongly as an organization. So I know you took the Legacy Builder quiz. You're a diplomat. I am. We'll probably get into later so people understand what all that is about. But when you think about from your company, how do you feel like you're legacy building in this way? Like what do you feel, what mark are you creating in the world with the business that you started? So I'll go backwards to come forward. One of my biggest mentors when I was first starting this work, and I say I've been saying more often that I was this close to becoming a minister, mm-hmm. right? And so one of my biggest mentors was a minister, and she passed away really because she wasn't taking care of herself as much as she could. Okay. Let's just be all the way honest about it. And one of the things that I saw that she lacked and what chased me away from ministry mm-hmm. was a lack of joy. I really believe that God has placed within us a design that when you discover it, makes the way for you, provides for you, builds community around you, and gives in this nourishing way. Mm-hmm. And what I'm hoping my legacy will be is bringing joy back to everything that we do. You can be somebody who is doing good and experiencing joy, not just when the person who is served does something amazing with their lives, but just in the process of serving them, you should be finding joy, nourishment as well. And so for me, I want to bring joy back to nonprofit. I want to bring joy back to service businesses. I want to bring joy back to doing community work. Mm-hmm. And I want to also make sure that everybody who is standing up for good has a good life, like a life with their family. I want them to be able to spend time. Why should people have to sacrifice family life in order to make a better life for other families? Agreed. And that's honestly like the core of what like our legacy building like whole community is about. Understanding that we can pursue wealth, we can pursue impact, and we can also create legacy. And so thank you so much for joining me and sharing your founder story. Goodness. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So first of all, I really want to speak directly to you. They say we should give our flowers to people while they can experience them. Kenasha, I just want to say that I have both benefited from the Black Professionals Summit and the Black Professionals Network. And I was a speaker, I think, years ago when you guys first was doing stuff at FIU. And I have only seen your legacy and your impact grow and expand. You're now national, right? And I hope that all of the things that you have given to people are feeding you as well, because you are amazing. So thank you so much for saying yes to your vision.
Thank you.
And thanks again to CoSpace, who has provided us the longest podcast ever, but a really amazing and beautiful, fruitful. And hopefully that Joy Sinclair and the whole Sinclair family is being nourished by this. So thank you both for this
so much.
platform.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and stay tuned for more founder stories.
Bye.
You tore this.